Hello and welcome to our December energy and astrology readings. I'm so excited for this month. I can't wait to see the energies that are going to come through. Lots of alignments and trines this month, so it's bringing in lots of beautiful energies, connection, and lots of social activity. So that's really appropriate, obviously, for our month leading up to Christmas. So if we go straight in then to our astrology, so we have two full moons this month, which is quite rare, one right at the beginning and one right at the end. So we have on the 1st of December is our new moon in Sagittarius. So that's bringing us our optimism, it's bringing courage and sort of spirit and adventure. Okay, so you're going to be looking at anything that you are bringing in this month. It's going to come about with this positivity and yeah, like this vitality and this joy, and definitely looking for new fulfillment, looking for new things, new activities. You might want to be learning new things this month. So yeah, that's just the beginning of December. It's all going to be starting to it's a bit of a mixing pot there of adventure and excitement and exploration. Can also be sort of self-exploring as well. And then this particular moon forms really powerful aspects with Saturn and Mars. And so we have this alignment bringing excitement of things that are going to happen, and it's actually going to bring those things into reality. So it's making things happen. So if there's plans that you've had sort of on the burner and they've not been happening just yet, this is that energy. It's coming in, it's bringing those things to you. So it's not just going to be a time of thinking things through, it is actually a time of action. You're going to want to take action. So make sure you've got solid plans, because that Saturn element might put a bump in the road. So if you haven't sort of made your plans, know where you're headed, then it might just throw you off course a little bit. So it's just being mindful of that Saturn energy, that it can sometimes throw a spanner in the works. So we're also looking at Jupiter coming into that mix as well. And Jupiter is our planet of good fortune. So bringing good news, bringing a little bit more money maybe at the beginning of the month there. And loads of expansion, loads of freedom, that fun-loving joy and exploration happening for us right at the beginning of the month. So full of energy, which I can't wait for. And then sort of it's very busy time between the 6th and 7th. So we start off with Mars going into Leo, and it's actually in retrograde. So Mars, our powerhouse, it's like a big battery, really keeps us all going. It goes retrograde. So we are going to lose a little bit of energy then into that sort of end of the first week into the second week. Just going to feel a bit of a dip in energy. So finding other ways to raise your vibration, keep yourself high so that you don't slip into this sort of the low, that meh feeling, you know, the flat. I feel a bit flat. So yeah, struggling a little bit of energy levels, but basically a time for rest and reflection. Mars is like pushing forward usually, and it's taking action. So when it's going in retrograde, we need to actually do the opposite. We just have to rest, reflect, and allow ourselves that time to recharge, but it will be a slow recharging. Then on the 7th, we have Venus, our planet of love, going into Aquarius. Okay, so that just brings us a lot of abundance, and it's going to help transform our feelings. Okay, so if you have feelings sort of self-worth, it will make them grow. So if you've got quite good self-worth, good self-confidence, good connections, then all of those things will be strengthened at that time. But anything where there is doubt or any negative connection, if we have any self-doubt, those things are going to start coming to the surface a little bit. So if you are struggling in those areas, this is going to be a time where you might find that sort of bubbling up to the surface, something to be dealing with, looking at, and trying to move through those energies. So try and stay secure in yourself, be in your power, and know that this sort of low energy from this Mars retrograde is going to be highlighting all those things when we're reflecting on ourselves. And so if there are any problems, if there's problems in relationships, connections, friendships, that might start coming to the forefront a little bit during that time. So yeah, try and express yourself fully, and allow yourself that time to do that self-reflection. Find those things that help you through. Maybe it's a mantra, maybe it's affirmations, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's just taking time out just for yourself, just to stay in that energy of self-love and self-worth. As I say, this dramatic shift there in connections, it can actually bring about the end of things. Okay, so depending on where you are in that cycle with somebody, this could bring about the finality of something, whether it's friendships, connections at work, relationships where you think, oh, I've had enough of that, I'm done with it. But it's just that energy, it's bringing it to surface, it's already there, but this is just going to highlight it to you. And then again, the same sort of time, around the 6th, 7th, we have Neptune moving direct, and that's going to help us develop our dreams, so our big dreams in this world. Try not to slip into fantasy, because Neptune will, take you on a journey in your head of fantasy and adventure. And it's really a time for you to know that they're the dreams you want to bring into reality. Bring them down and start creating, start planning how you're going to utilize that energy and make those dreams reality in your life. On the 14th, we have a full moon in Gemini. So it's key for communication. It's in a trine with Pluto, which makes it a little bit tricky. So our communication, there might be areas where you're misunderstood at this point. So just be really mindful how we're communicating. Try and keep harmony in any conversations, in any texts or emails. Just really mindful. Put the love in, put the intention in, to just avoid any sort of miscommunications or any confusion of what you're trying to say during that time. But it will be a very busy social life. Our Geminis, I'm a Gemini, so it is that loving of the social element. So yeah, I mean, even if you're more introvert, it may push you to want to do more social things. Or if you're in social settings, make sure you're comfortable in them. You know, don't be pushed into lots of social activities this month if it's not your thing. So yeah, just a real time for intense energy, being ramped up by Pluto there. So it's going to make everything a bit more intense, but very bold, chatty, friendly sort of an energy around that full moon. Then on the 15th, Mercury goes direct. Yay! Seeing as we've been in retrograde for a while. So our feelings are going to become clearer, and it's going to bring the end of any delays. So things that have been on hold, things that have been, you found yourself having hurdles or challenges with something, those will begin to clear out then. And then as Mercury's going direct again, that brings in that great communication, that great action moving forwards, and our ability to start making change, making steps towards things we want. And then on the 21st of December, the sun is in Capricorn. So it's a real time of boosted energy, really optimistic, and it's a good time to start planning for the new year. I know we often do that at the end of the month, but actually with the Capricorn energy there, it is a really good time to look at what you want to come in this coming year ahead, what we're letting go of, and then start that plan of, these are definitely the things I want to keep in my life. How am I going to do that? So set that ball in motion already. And then on the 30th, it is our second new moon of the month. And this new moon is in Capricorn. So it's in conjunction with Mercury. So we have actually a trine with Uranus as well. So loads of energy, a real desire for commitment at this point. We're going to commit to the plans we're making at the end of December. So bringing in that new year, knowing that we're committed, we've already made our plans, we know where we're headed, and a lot of good fortune. That trine of planets there is going to be bringing in abundance and luck, and a real sense of good news just around the corner. So if you're waiting to hear on something, end of December, beginning of January, that's going to be that period of getting confirmation, or that you've made a step forward in a commitment somewhere. So if it's house buying, relationship, it's forward motion, and it's moving to that next stage. So really exciting energy through December there. So let's have a look then at the energy that's coming through on our tarot and oracle, and just see if anything else is coming up for us personally, or any messages that come through, any suggestions or advice for December. So let's have a look what the Oracle and Tarot have in terms of energies for the coming month. So I'm going to start with the wisdom of the Oracle. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have the To Be Fair card. Milk and Honey. And Imagine. Then we'll go over to the Wild Unknown Archetypes. And a couple of flyers there. So we have the Queen. Lovely full moon there in the background. The Ring. The Poet. The Mirror. Another full moon. The Comic. The Mystic. And the Siren. Okay, let's have a look at the energy oracle cards. And we have Happy Family. I think we had that last month actually. And let's see what our tarot has in store for us. Oh. We have, put it the right way up first. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. We have the Queen of Wands, again in reverse. We have the Devil card. And we also had Temperance fly out. Okay, right, let's go back then and go through our reading. So let's start with the Queen card here with the unknown archetypes. So our Queen archetype is a formidable lady, someone who is comfortable in their power. They know their strengths, they know their weaknesses. Often they've grown up out from difficulty. That's how they've got their strength, like the lotus that grows up from mud in the bottom of a lake, and then it emerges out to this beautiful flower. The Queen is also someone who can weigh up risks and danger. So she's very self-aware, self-assured, confident, really rooted in reality and stability. So this is an energy that we are being called to try and hang on to this month. So as I said at the beginning of the month, that energy of self-love and self-worth, definitely this feminine energy of knowing our value. If we don't have that energy, we might feel a bit rocky because it's going to try and force us into this arena that we might not be ready for, sort of stepping into being seen, stepping into that energy of security, self-worth, self-value, just like a queen, you know, real regal energy, very strong. The moon representing female energy. And so it is obviously important through December for us to just hold that power. Particularly when it's very busy, we can sort of forget and become overwhelmed. So yeah, take time for yourself, take time to just make sure you're maintaining your worth and the things that are important. Take time for yourself. And then we had the mirror card, and again that came up, didn't it, in the astrology about this self-reflection time. As we go into our Mars retrograde, that is that time of pausing, taking self-reflection, resting, and really using that time to allow ourselves to look inwards. We aren't going to be pushing ourselves forward. We don't have that drive from Mars, so we are going to be feeling a little bit, as I said, a little bit flat maybe. It might just be a little bit of a difficult energy that if you are not doing the work, if you're not working on yourself to discover those areas that you're finding tricky, it might just be a bit of a heavier energy. But if you just take that time to think, well, you know what, I haven't got a lot of energy right now, so I'm just going to reserve it, and I'm going to take that time out just to enjoy, you know, maybe reading a book, or sit with your feet up, have a nice soak in the bath, whatever it is for you that's going to help you relax and bring in that self-reflection. Sorry, my dishwasher's draining, and so it's making a great noise. I'm so sorry. So yeah, real time for reflection. And with the moon, like, stepped back here. So we've got our full moon in the Queen card right at the forefront. This energy of completion, feeling whole. And then we see, as we go into this retrograde, this moon is further back. And I think that is telling you to take a step back from everything. Give yourself perspective on it. Don't allow yourself to become overwhelmed. And just, yeah, look at that mirror. What's this about? What are you learning? What do you need to see in yourself? It might be a time where you're triggered by others, and then that's really helpful actually if you find somebody a bit triggering or a bit irritating, that you think, what is it about that? What am I seeing that's getting me going? What is it that's annoying me? And then try and work through that with yourself, because often it's an underlying thing within yourself that's just not been dealt with. That's why they can trigger you. So yeah, just having a look at stuff, being honest with yourself, I think, this month, if it's got too much, if it's overwhelming, if you're tired, if you just want to say no to all this socializing and this energy of other people wanting from you, then yeah, definitely take that time out, take that time for rest. Again, we have the Poet here, and this is energy about communication, which is really key this month. And so sometimes the Poet is someone who is able to put things into words, unlike myself right now, able to put things into words that the rest of us struggle with. So they're able to express their feelings, their emotions, beauty, pain. They can put that into this beautiful way of writing, which people can connect with. And so it really is a reminder this month of communicating. Try and keep that communication really clear. Try and put things in a way so people understand it. This energy here is, it's the potential for miscommunication, which we said, didn't we? That there's that element of the odd bump in the road, or when you've said something, someone takes it the wrong way, or it just doesn't come out how you intended. So yeah, the Poet, all about communication, and communicating in a way with good intention, with love, taking a moment to think, how is this person going to accept this information I'm giving them? So yeah, it's just a bit more mindful. The pause before we speak is really key this month. And we have the Ring card, and we talked about the new moon in Capricorn with the conjunction with Mercury and Uranus, and that is this commitment. And to me, the ring often symbolizes commitment. So it's a time to commit to new challenges, new opportunities, a time to start, to begin new things. It may be a time to make commitments to other people, to yourself. And also, I think with the ring, it's like a cycle, isn't it? So it is that moving on a cycle. Know where you are in your cycle. Is it now just beginning, or is it coming to an end? The new moon at the end of the month is where this energy sits. So again, it's the end of one year and the beginning of the next. So it is setting your intention. Know where you are with the energy that is surrounding you and work with it. Try not to work against it. If you're fighting against the tide, it's hard work, isn't it? If you recognize where we are in the month and those energies that are around you, they're going to sort of help catapult you forwards. They really help you to navigate the things that you're trying to get through and where you're headed. So this ring card, yeah, all of it coming together, it's all fitting together, it's all conjoined. So there might be an element of, as we said, at this point in the month, so there's good news coming in, everything's coming together. Yeah, so there might be elements that you've been working on all throughout the year, and now they're coming together to make this connection, this point of connection. Also, I do feel like this is connection, human connection. So it could be family, friends, colleagues, loved ones. Definitely this month, isn't it? I mean, often we spend time with family and friends, Christmas parties, that sort of thing. So this connection with people. And I do feel with the star right in the middle here, we've got this wish fulfillment and this rainbow spiraling round. So it's like coming at the end of that month. It's the culmination of all the things you've worked on coming together. And I feel like we're stepping into this beautiful new adventure for the new year coming in. We had the comic, and the comic, I mean, literally he's wearing a party hat. So the comic is about remembering the fun side. So I always think at Christmas, it can be quite stressful, can't it? We have people in and out of our homes. We have to get from A to B all the time, and we're trying to cook for more people, buy for more people, and it can be a bit stressful. And so the comic is a reminder to have fun, to be silly, find frivolity when you want to find frivolity, don't hold back, but also know when it's time to rest and rejuvenate. But the comic often is about looking at situations and finding the fun. Okay, and sometimes we have to put our mask on for Christmas because we don't all find it as fun as other people. And so there is that element where you might find that you're just not up for it and you have to put on a brave face a little bit this month. But try and do it with humour, try and do it with goodwill, and you'll find the happiness in it. So sometimes we're going out to an event, aren't we? We're not really looking forward to it. Half the time I'm ready to put my pyjamas on, I have to go out. But actually once you get there, you do enjoy it. So yeah, it's just a reminder, because it is a really busy time and we cram all this energy and all this expectation into a really small window. And so it can just be completely overwhelming. It can be too much. And sometimes it could be a bit of a disappointment because we've been looking forward to it, or everyone's built it up, haven't they? And then suddenly you think, oh, it's another night out. But yeah, try and have fun, try and find laughter and joy in the things you're doing. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it get too heavy with expectation. Next we have the Mystic card. And the Mystic, I think this card here, again, all about our growth, our inner growth, and not forgetting our spiritual side this month. It's really hard, isn't it? Because it is quite a materialistic month in a way. It's a lot of external gratitude and external happiness. And so make sure that you're feeling that inner joy still. Connect with yourself, connect with spirit. Really see what's going on around you. You've already grown. This butterfly is fully grown. The change is there. So you've done all this hard work to progress to this point. So don't allow the energies of this month to set you back from your inner self, from your inner light. Keep shining. And even if you're burning the candle at both ends, give yourself time to regenerate, to have rest and relaxation, and go back to those habits that we put to one side. So whether it's meditation or just sitting in the power, that's 7 minutes we put aside, whatever it is that you need to do this month to keep in that spiritual place, where we feel that inner calm and that inner strength, that power, and it's a type of glow, isn't it? An energetic glow about ourselves. It's just a reminder here. Look out for it if you feel it's getting dim. Don't let too many people take your energy this month, us empaths. You go to someone's house and it's full of joy and you realise you're spreading your energy everywhere and you go home exhausted. So yeah, looking out for ourselves, looking out for our inner light. So you might have to put your Teflon coating on sometimes, just to protect your energy a little bit and do the work to be pouring back into yourself. So yeah, make sure you just take time for yourself, our mystical selves. And also remember the magic in Christmas. I mean, I know a lot of it's about the children and stuff, but actually there is a lot of joy and magic around Christmas time, isn't there? So as much as possible, try and bring those things in and keep them about for yourself in December. Finally, we have the siren energy. Now, the siren energy is definitely, to me, about being alluring, being attractive, people being drawn to you. Yeah, this calling that you're calling things into you. You're bringing abundance to you. You're bringing love to you. You're bringing connection to you. And it's like an undercurrent. You might not realize that you're doing it, but this card is often, you know, like the mermaids, like the sirens, calling things in. So I think your energy this month is going to be very attractive to people. And as I said before, you might feel that it's draining you a little bit. So try and reserve it for yourself. You are this hidden gem, you know, let yourself shine, but make sure that you are replenishing that again. If you have to go undercover, if you have to dive deep in for yourself, go into hiding for a few days, be elusive if you need to be. So take that time out. Whenever you need to leave the party sort of thing, you know, it's time to, you'll recognize it and think, yeah, it's time to go. Don't keep pushing yourself beyond where you need to. Real sense of grounding energy actually in this reading. So I think a reminder really through December to stay grounded, because it can get a bit too much, can't it? But yeah, the red in the Queen card, and then the dark for the Poet and the Mystic and the Ring. Ground yourself down. Just be mindful of it, I think, this month of your own energies. And then we have the Happy Family card, which again, Christmas time, we're all celebrating, spending time with family. And this card, I was really drawn to the rainbow here, because I think sometimes it can feel like there's been a bit of a storm. It can feel a bit rocky. You can feel the pressure building, and actually try and see just the joy in it. I mean, most of the time the family come together and it's amazing, but it can be a lot of hard work for us, particularly if you're someone at home who's cooking and having everyone round. There's a lot of pressure. So I think just try and keep that connection, keep what's important, let go of the things that don't matter. You know, if you can't do Elf on the Shelf and 7 types of Brussels sprouts, you know, do what you can without compromising what's actually important. And that is your time with your family, time with people you love, time with yourself, connection. This is like the happy ever after card. To me, it's just, yeah, amazing memories being made, making time for yourself, make time for others, and maybe go for a walk on the beach. If that's your place. But yeah, getting out and about, you know, those afternoon walks when we've all eaten too much food before we sit down for a movie. So yeah, stay connected. Don't let it get out of hand this month. Don't feel overwhelmed. Look for the sunshine. Here it is, look. It's just here, it's coming ahead. Clouds are clearing. But yeah, there might be an energy that's a bit heavy, or you might find that there's huge expectations. Don't put expectations on yourself if you can help it. And if others have expectations of you, that's their problem. You don't have to hold on to them. You do what's right for you. And again, it's that planning of, what am I going to do? Am I prepared to do this, this and this? Or am I just going that far? Make it work for you. Decide it beforehand what you're going to do and what you're not prepared to do. And again, this, be fair to yourself. Balance it all up. Weigh things up. What's right for you? You've got the wisdom, you know, look, our wise owl here, sitting on the top, watching it all unravel. So yeah, make sure you're being fair to yourself first. You know, everyone else will have an amazing time. That's their responsibility, but be fair to you. There is a lot of balancing this month, weighing things up, balancing your time, balancing your energies, balancing communication, when to be social, when to go and self-reflect and have that time of rest. We've also got here a fortune cookie and our egg, so our new beginning and this good luck coming in, which again, that good news coming at the end of the month. on the 30th. So a beautiful card of reminding ourselves to just keep everything in balance. Don't let yourself get carried away, or don't let others get carried away. And there is this lovely good fortune coming, unexpected energy of a rebirth there, and the fortune cookie. And this, again, our inner self, you know, look after your higher self, look after the soul energy. Don't let yourself become withdrawn, or it's like the well, isn't it? You keep emptying it until it's, yeah, there's nothing left to give. So yeah, just taking care of ourselves. And then another rainbow here, milk and honey. I don't know if you've heard that expression, the land of milk and honey. So this is us reveling in amazing times, lots of gorgeous food, abundance, joy, happiness, vitality, lots of energies that have come through in our astrology. And again, because of the time of year, there's so much pleasure, there's so much joy, there's so much overeating and sitting around doing nothing. So yeah, just make sure you're finding pleasure in it all. As long as it's pleasurable, it doesn't matter. As long as everyone's enjoying themselves, you're having a good time, let go of any guilt, any doubt, have fun, because it is only a short window of time, isn't it? It's a short few weeks. And yes, it can feel a bit of a burden sometimes, but if we plan for it and make sure we know what we're happy with, set our boundaries, be firm in what we want, like the Queen really, well, I'm happy to do this, but I'm not doing any more than that. That's where I am. And that's going to allow you to really relish that time, really enjoy it. Look at that little elephant. Just love that. Yeah. Throwing everything up in the air and just having fun. So yeah, throw caution. Is it caution to the wind? Is that the saying? That might be the wrong saying. That's what I just got in my head. And again, look, this being overlooked by spirit in the above. So yeah, enjoy it. Stay connected to yourself. Stay connected to spirit. And just remember, the whole point is to have fun and celebrate. It's a time of celebration. And then we have our gorgeous Imagine card, which is next to the Mystic. And so those cards together are about our sort of spiritual planning. Imagine how it's going to be, looking ahead, making those plans for the coming year. Imagine, you know, manifest, look to the moon, look to the sun, look to the stars. What do you want? Dream big. It's that energy of dreaming, and a bit of fantasy. It's that Neptune energy. Allow yourself to really dream it and then bring it in. So you've got this, it's like a balloon, but to me it's like she's going to pull it in. She's imagined it, she's going to pull it to herself. And I think that is that key of, if you can dream it, you can make it happen. So that energy that's going to be around the middle to the end of the month, we're going to be looking at pulling our desires into us, like the siren, calling it in, bring it to you, make it your reality. But first we have to dream it. First we have to know what it is you want, and that's that period of self-reflection. Then this Neptune energy where you can start to really dream, really think about the things you want, and then bring them in. This coming year, plan for it. What do you want? What would you like to see happening? You know, in the first 2 months, in the next 6 months, where would you like to be in the next year's time? So just a rough plan, journal it, write it, however you do it, do an image board, however that works for you. But yeah, start envisaging it, start seeing it coming in, and imagine how amazing it can be. The advice here from the tarot with our Six of Cups in reverse. So the energy here is to not allow self-doubt to come in, letting go of any lack of confidence or fear, anxiety. Try not to be in that energy. And that's what we said at the beginning of the month. If you are in that energy, it's going to be brought to the forefront and you're going to have to deal with it. So I mean, some of us need to deal with that. You might be ready to deal with that, but it's starting to look at it in time so that when those things start to surface, that we can work through them. And the Six of Cups reminds us to be really thankful, to have gratitude, to make good memories, and really enjoy those, reminiscing old, people who come back from the past, friendships, relationships, family members. It's a real time of giving and receiving. So in reverse, it's also not to overgive. Don't be the person that's giving to everybody and not actually receiving, not getting time for yourself. It can be a time where it feels like everything's a bit thankless. So it could be that you feel like, I'm doing all this work and no one really appreciates it. So just being mindful of that energy. And that can be quite common, can't it, around celebrations, when particularly as women, we often are the organisers, aren't we, and the doers. And so it can feel like a bit of a thankless task, like, well, I've done all this and no one's actually even said thank you. They've all fallen asleep after dinner, now I'm washing up. So yeah, just a time, I think, to be that communication again of saying, can you help me? Or if I've cooked, you wash up, whatever it might be, put it in before the event happens, so that already that expectation is set and you're not sat feeling a little bit underwhelmed or disappointed. Another reminder of keeping harmony and alignment, and I feel like that's for yourself, within yourself. So just keep that balance going. Then we had the Queen of Wands in reverse, and again, this card in reverse is a time of self-doubt. And as we said, it's really important to try not to be in that energy. We need to be in Queen energy. We need to flip this on its head. So it is just telling us that this is a possibility, that you're going to feel that this energy, because the Queen of Wands really is, she's vivacious, she's passionate, she's enthusiastic, she is, she's one of the most sort of outgoing, attractive, social queens. And so on its head, she's sort of the opposite energy. So try not to slip into that. Or if you're feeling it, take that time out. Recognize it and just take that time out. It can be that people are being over demanding of you. And yeah, it can just be a little bit of underwhelmed. Yeah, not feeling full of life and energetic. You just suddenly think, do you know, I feel a bit flat and I'm not feeling this energy that I want to be in, okay? So try and stay in control of your emotions, how you're feeling, and it is just tapping in all the time just to see how you are navigating all these different energies this month. Because the Queen is very stable again, like we said earlier, there is this stability. But yeah, if you start feeling yourself, that energy flipping, just be aware of it, and then take that time out for yourself. Now here I've just noticed with the tarot, we've got 4, 5 and 6. We've got the 4 with the Queen, they're represented by 4s, and Temperance is a 5, and then we have 2 6s. So there is progress. So this energy is not going to hang around long. You will be moving through these energies, okay? So that progression forwards, which is always nice to see, that you're not going to be hanging on to it for any length of time. And the next card we have is the Devil. Now the Devil to me is always temptation. So this month, we're going to be tempted. There's going to be after eights and, some eggnog, maybe, a little bit of pigs in blankets, I don't know, Yorkshire puddings, whatever you like. But also that temptation to overindulge, or feel a bit trapped, or feel a bit stifled, constrained, from expectations and what people want from you and what you have to do. So the energy here is to try not to slip into that. Try and keep that alignment, try and keep that harmony and balance that you need really through this month. There is a reminder here, it says on the card actually, and I'm really drawn to it, you're only limited by what you believe is possible. So yeah, don't feel that you can't do things this month a certain way, or you're limited. Make it yours, do it your way. And try not to be, with the Devil also, it is about being materialistic and almost too much. Yeah, that overindulgence, that temptation. Try not to do too much of it. Enjoy it, have that milk and honey moment, but don't be tempted to really overindulge, because then it brings in, with the Devil, it brings in guilt and it brings in shame and that sort of energy where you think, oh, I've really overeaten, or I've really done too much, or I've had too much to drink really the last few days. So it's just being mindful that you may slip into this temptation energy of, you know, the extra drink, the extra thing, the extra gifts that I'm going to buy, and then you might feel stretched afterwards. So don't put yourself under that undue pressure if you don't need to go the extra mile that you might not need to do. So just be really mindful of that temptation to slip into that energy this month. I mean, we all do to some degree, don't we? Because we like to spoil everyone. But yeah, just keep it balanced for you. Whatever feels right for you, that you're not going to get stressed about that. This is Capricorn energy, so I think this is more to do with from sort of the 21st onwards. So we are looking at those key days of celebration. But don't be drawn into it. I feel like maybe it will be other people that encourage it, or, you know, feel a bit pressurized to go a bit further or do a bit more, and then you might regret it, or it might unbalance you. And again, this balance with the Temperance card. So here we are, we're juggling everything, we're balancing everything, and we're trying to keep everyone happy, we're trying to keep everyone pleased, and it is remembering ourselves. Keep your energy in check. So seek balance and create a calm atmosphere. That's key, isn't it? We just want to maintain the status quo. It's actually, this card says moderation. So following the devil is that everything in moderation, enjoy it, but don't allow yourself to become stressed about it or overwhelmed by it. There's lots of realizations around temperance. So it may be unexpected things come in, you might find out new things, there might be truths that are exposed, all of which are healthy, all of which help you progress, all of which help you move forwards. There's definite movement here, and like we said at the end of the month, the astrology is making things happen. Things you've been waiting for, any delays, any blockages are clearing, and so this is another confirmation of that. And we have this sort of volcano in the background erupting. It's bringing this stuff to the forefront. Things that have been delayed or held back are bursting forwards. So really beautiful energy with our Temperance card. So yeah, keep yourself balanced this month. Try and really enjoy it and not put undue pressure on yourself, basically. And looking at the energies we have through the month of when you need to rest, when it's time to be social, and yeah, just keep that, your energy, you'll feel it. Keep connected to yourself, basically, and spirit, and allow yourself times to self-reflect. Am I actually enjoying this? Do I want to leave? Do I want to go? Don't be afraid to say no if it's not what you want, if you've had enough or you want to go home. And yeah, you're going to have that end of the month, that boost in energy, that optimism, and all those beautiful new beginnings coming in for the new year for you. So my lovelies, enjoy December. Enjoy your decorations, your celebrations, however you do Christmas as a family, and whoever you see, whatever you do, I wish you all well, and I look forward to speaking to you in the new year. So take good care, my loves. Lots of love. Bye.